Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to D on the Couch, you are very welcome, and I hope that you will always tune in. Today's topic is gender transitioning with children. Yeah? Is that with children, is that right?
With children, in children, I think it's the same thing.
In children.
With children.
During children. Within children.
With children.
With children is fine, yeah? Okay. And today I have my two daughters with me to give their opinions as well. So, hello Sasha. And hello Ali. Okay, so I will start with you, Ali. What are your opinions on gender transitioning in children? For example, do you think a 12-year-old child should be given the power to make such an important decision?
Personally, I don't think so, because it's been scientifically proven that our brains aren't fully developed until the age of mid-20s, so we might not be able, fully capable to make such decisions at that age. So, for example, if a child made the decision to transition at the age, maybe later on in life they might have thought that was a mistake, or for example, if they wanted to have children or something. So
Okay, that's a very good point. It is scientifically proven, as you said, that our brains don't fully develop until mid-20s. So, and that is such an important decision, isn't it? What about you, Sasha? What do you have to say?
pardon me.
You are so disgusting.
Right, so children are not as stupid as we think. We're always as adults saying, "Oh, you're just a child, you wouldn't understand," or "This is grown-up conversation." But children, especially today, are so much wiser than we were when we were kids.
That is also true.
So much wiser, and especially with the resources that they have access to, they know things. And if a child is growing up feeling some type of way, not looking in the mirror and not understanding what they're seeing, looking back, or when they go shopping, they want to go to, if they've got assigned male at birth, but they go shopping and they want to look at the dresses and the sparkly stuff and the makeup. That's something your brain doesn't need to be fully developed to understand that.
Okay, could it not just be a phase that they're going through? Could it not be, should they be allowed to make such permanent decisions when it could just be something temporary?
Not
But you
necessarily
can't.
permanent.
Okay, but you can't disagree with the fact that scientists say our brains are not fully developed until we're in our mid-20s. And to give such power to children to make decisions that are going to impact them for the rest of their lives.
Sorry.
I mean,
You're so
What?
much passion.
I know, because to me...
No, but but I understand what you're saying about how you're saying that children aren't as stupid as we think. But also, it's not about it being children being stupid and them understanding, because they may very well understand. However, people's ways of thinking change and people's decisions change later on. A lot of people are very indecisive. Is that the right? Yes,
Yeah.
it is the right word. And if you decide that you want to transition and then later on you're like, oh wait, but what about this and what about this, and as you said, it might be a phase, or you might actually just want to, but
And I don't think there's anything wrong for a parent to say, hang on, I hear you, but can we just hang on? Can we wait and see where this goes?
but wait for how long?
Until they're mature enough to make decisions for
no,
themselves.
it's not the word mature, because they may be mature enough, but it's just about to making sure if they're definite, not mature.
Okay.
Because
But how long do you wait for? Do you wait till after they've gone through puberty and body dysmorphia nearly kills them? The whole point of if a child comes to you early enough, that's why they're supposed to go to see gender specialists, and they're going to see doctors to the point where, if necessary, they can go on hormone blockers. So if they're, a little boy who believes that he was supposed to be born a girl, he can have his hormone, have their hormone blockers.
Hang on one second. Do you know what hormone blockers are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can have the hormone blockers to make sure that they don't get any taller, they don't get an Adam's apple, their voice doesn't break, they don't get facial hair, their private parts don't get any bigger. Because if you leave it, can you imagine being a little boy looking at your reflection, thinking, actually, I don't want to have this at age 11. And then you're told, wait till you're 16. Can you imagine what that's going to look like between 11 to 16?
Okay, but what if they end up regretting that decision? Because there are cases where children have actually come back and said, I was too young. I shouldn't have been allowed to make this decision. But then it's too late.
The blockers can be, they're put there to block so you don't grow anymore.
No, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the other, like the more permanent decisions.
But then you can't do any of that stuff till you're older anyway. Like you start the blockers to stop you from maybe becoming more masculine if you identify as female, and then once you're older, then you can do further surgeries.
Okay, because I know there's a case at the moment in the UK. I can't remember which borough, but there is a young lady in her 20s, and she is suing her local authority because she's saying, I was too young. I should have been challenged a bit more. I should have been challenged a bit more.
But did she have parents? Because if her parents have gone to the local authority with her and said, okay, we consent for you to do this for our child, how are you going to turn around and sue the local authority?
Well, I don't know, but that's what's happening at the moment.
Is this the BBC Three thing? I want my sex back.
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
reading something a few days ago, and there is somebody actually challenging this decision now.
I mean,
She's
that
actually
can
saying,
happen.
I was too young. I should have been challenged a bit more. I should not have been allowed to make this decision because it's not what I want now.
Do we know if they went through all the necessary
Yeah, she did.
channels?
She had counsellors, but she says still
No, but
she wasn't challenged enough.
By that point, it's not their fault, because if they go through all the correct channels that we put in place as a society or as medical professionals, and if 9 out of 10 people, it saves their life, and one person complains because it was wrong for them, no, I don't agree with that.
Okay, so I am hearing from you then, Sasha, that you are all for children of that, like 12, 13 years old, being given the right to make that decision.
But you have to do it carefully. It's got to be handled with such care. Like, they need the counsellors, and they need to speak to medical doctors who are going to explain, okay, so if we start these treatments at this point, it's going to stop this from happening, and it may change it. Like, they do need to be explained to, and their parents need to be educated, and they need to be given as much as an opportunity to make an informed decision with the age of their parents.
Okay.
But ultimately, yes, because I would prefer my child to transition at age 12 and possibly change their mind later, and then we rectify it, than my child kill themselves at age 16 because they can't bear to look at their reflection.
Okay, what about a child of, say, 5 years old?
Okay, well that's 5. No.
No, there is. There are cases where children as young as 5
What was that girl?
have gone to
Jazz?
their
Was it
parents.
Jazz?
I don't know. I can't remember the names, but
Yeah, she from very, very young, when they were calling her a boy, she was like, no, I'm a girl. From young, like she knew straight away.
and
So-
you think that's okay for somebody
Um,
that age to be allowed to make
At that age, you haven't
that type
really
of decision?
At that age, you haven't been socialised into this is for boys and this is for girls. So if you're a little boy saying, "Oh, I'm a girl," or a little girl saying, "Actually, no, I'm a boy," chances are it's correct, because once you're older, you've been canalised into like these, society says I have to do this because I'm a boy. I have to do this because I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to mess with the way that you think. But when you're so young and that hasn't even happened yet.
Okay, so if that was your child, say your
Yeah.
5-year-old son comes to you and say, I think I should have been born a girl. I want to rectify this. Would you be okay with that? What would you do?
I mean, 5-year-olds are far too young to be forced into societal norms. So if my little boy wants to paint his nails, we're going to paint his nails.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's about safety and how other people will perceive them.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you want to paint your nails at home or you want to wear a dress at home, fine. And then as you get older, you know, then if you want to do that outside, that's fine.
I actually don't think there's anything wrong with children of that age wanting to wear, a boy of like say 5 wanting to wear dresses or paint their nails. I think they're just
They're
playing.
children.
They're just,
but that's
they're just
different.
children.
That's
what do you
different.
think?
A little
Ali?
boy wanting to wear a dress and paint his nails is different to a little boy saying, I am not a boy, I'm a girl, at age 5. That's different. Should have to be able to create a hypothesis. Thank you.
Oh,
Can
Alyssa.
you not make me sound so dumb?
No.
Here you are. You're,
I'm not
it's like
making
you're
you sound
shocked that I know
dumb.
the word. I'm kind of
No, I'm just liking the word.
So,
Okay, hypothesis.
so there have been studies on the brains of gay men, right? Where they found that the hypothalamus in the brain of a gay man was the same size and functioned in a very, very similar way to that of a straight woman. So there was a physiological difference in the brain. So how do we know that there isn't a physiological difference in the brain of a little girl, you know, born as a little girl, but identifies as a boy, and
Let's wrap this up. Let's put this to our viewers. What are your opinions? Please let us know in the comments section below. Until then, see you next time
XOXO.
on
Girl.
D on the
I'm
Couch.
very
Right.
sure that's copyrighted.
Oh wow, in the middle I was like this.
Oh my goodness. Right, bye.
Bye. Ali, what did she do?
Go and turn it off.